are we confused on who should receive this repair?
A promise of 40 acres and a mule made to formerly enslaved people over 150 years ago has yet to be filled.
If you're asking me, do we have money in the budget for a payout? No, we don't.
Raising doubts on reparation payouts here. California Governor Gavin Newsom says the issue is about much more than just money. Last week, a panel approving the recommendations to compensate Black Californians up to $1.2 million as a way for the state to apologize for slavery and discriminatory policies. The final reparations task force recommendation report must appear before the state legislature and the governor no later than July 1st. So let's dive into this a little bit more with our panel. Lauren Hubbard, Gary Bredefeld back with us. So guys, when we look at reparations, we just heard from the state senator as well, should California provide cash payouts to descendants of slaves recommended by the reparations task force? Lauren, we'll start with you.
Well, I mean, I appreciate the work that the task force did to do the research and look at the situation, and it's not out of the realm, out of left field that, you know, the state and the country has done this before. I'm very weary of cash payments and making cash payments because I don't think they address the systemic issues that Black Americans and Black Californians face. As a Black American and Californian, you know, the city of Fresno, we had redlining in Fresno up until 1977. You know, I don't think that cash payments do anything to address mass incarceration, gentrification, miseducation, police brutality. Does nothing to address that. But I appreciate the work that the panel has done.
No, we shouldn't be involved in reparations. It's nothing but dividing. It's a divisive issue. And one, there's no money for it. Two, why would we give money to people who've never been slaves and take it from people who've never been slave owners from a state that was never involved in slavery? This is, again, just people who divide our community with this kind of thing. It's something that should be rejected out of hand. And as Lauren says, we should be talking about real issues that are taking place and how people have been impacted, not this divisive stuff that involves money that nobody has.
Well, no, I didn't say like no reparations, but as far as cash payments, we're safe.
Well, I'm saying no reparations.
A formal recognition, I think, goes a long way.
Yeah, recognition, I don't think is really the issue. I think a lot of people are looking at the monetary situation here. And I think, what do you make of Governor Newsom, though, just flat out rejecting the cash payouts here? Is he sending mixed signals here, you think? Because this was something clearly he wanted. But is he sending mixed signals by saying, no, we're going to reject the cash payouts? Or is he more looking at the state budget that's in a world of hurt?
Yeah, I think maybe it's a little bit of both. I do think that there's a thought, just even within the Black community, there's disagreement on what reparations looks like. And so to have this panel recommendation, it is, like you said, it's only a recommendation to the Assembly, and ultimately it's up to the Assembly.
And who would
to
pay for it?
It's going to do. But
yeah,
exactly.
Where does it come from?
I think Dave Chappelle did a skit about getting reparations, and it didn't really end up that well for the people on the skit.
So Governor Newsom was doing nothing but pandering to his base. When it came time to it, when the rubber meets the road, he understands there's no money for this thing. So he's just basically stringing people along. It's a disgrace.
All right, I want to get to Elevate Fresno State. This is a new campaign that they launched. You're totally against Measure E.
Yeah.
You have been from day one. They're revamping that. So Measure E is looking in hopes to collect a small portion of a tax from every county taxpayer in hopes to start rebuilding not only athletic programs, but a lot of other facilities around Fresno State as well. But this is a $250 million campaign that really surrounds nothing but upgrading the athletic facilities across the campus. Is it obtainable?
Listen, I love Fresno State. My son graduated from Fresno State. All of us in the Central Valley support our university. But this is not the way to go, in my opinion. We all pay state taxes. This is a result of failed state leadership to bring back state funds to deal with a university problem. And now they want to tax all of Fresno County, put it on the back of people.
But that's Measure E. I'm just talking about Fresno State Elevate. They're looking for private funding. How should Fresno State maybe go about this and making it obtainable?
They should go to the state and ask for the dollars because it's a state-run facility. They get taxes or fees from students. They should go to private donors and get private donors. So there are a lot of major universities that have large amounts of money from private donors as well as state funding, and that's what they should do. And our state leadership should be bringing those dollars back home.
Someone check the temperature down south, because I'm going to agree with Gary on this.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm very weary.
Not only you endorsed him, by the way, earlier.
I'm very weary about people who preach all day long about, hey, we're anti-tax. We don't want to raise any taxes, and then all of a sudden want to raise taxes. And to your point about it being Measure E, I'm all about Fresno State. Sorry, Fresno State, I'm still paying you back from the first payment.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is an institution that is valley-wide, like we said, so if you live in Madera, you're not paying that tax. It is people here in Fresno County that are specifically doing it. And I would love Fresno State to be on the map. I think we should have been by now on the map already.
Right. I think we're on the map when it comes to athletics. I think everybody knows who Fresno State is at this point. Sure. I thought Pat Hill got us to that level. Let me just say this. We saw the renderings, by the way. It's beautiful. It looks incredible. I mean, is that a pipe dream?
Looks incredible. I'm a Fresno State grad. My wife is a Fresno State nursing grad.
Yeah.
The fact that her program only graduates 30, 45 students in a field where we need literally hundreds more, that should be the focus of an academic institution.
No, I'm sorry, it is doable, but you have to, it costs money. You need to enhance your donor base. You need to go to the state, which has our tax dollars, bring it back home. That's what state leadership is about.
Absolutely.
And it could be done. And agree with Lauren also. People who are anti-tax, I am anti-tax because we pay 50 to 60% already to the government. And it is interesting how people who say they're anti-tax, but when they find a tax they like, all of a sudden they support it. I'm pretty consistent that I think we're overtaxed as it is.
How did San Diego State pay for their stadium? They did it through the chancellor's office. I mean, I think Fresno State should explore the same.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, you endorsed him, kinda. Are you endorsing him for mayor? I just want to know.
I like him, but I'm endorsing Mayor Jerry Dyer.
Oh, okay.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. Lauren Hubbard, Gary Bredefeld.
Thank you.
In a strange agreement. I have no idea what happened there.